Ebola show in today's 12 months 2014 is usually thought to be the largest flare-up regarding Ebola using the entire World Wellness Corporation which features announced the idea worldwide situation. Ebola contamination features technically appreciated Western photography equipment places as well as right up until at this point. Ebola flare-up features saved a casualty price regarding all around 80% that is truly a large sum. Trying to keep in view the particular perpetually having birth, Ebola contamination can easily stun anybody in different nation which consists of neighborhood. The principle essential to spare yourself as well as precious kinds through Ebola contamination condition is usually doing mindfulness as well as doing techniques to combat the idea. Suggestions in relation to Ebola contamination. What are advantages of Ebola contamination? Its side effects. Analysis, treatment as well as anticipations. The particular actualities in relation to Ebola contamination to help you keep splitting up with this remarkably risky condition. What is Ebola Trojan illness? Ebola contamination health problems, which has been earlier referred to as Ebola hemorrhagic vomiting, is really a lethal condition which has a driving price of up to 90% and is particularly attributable to Ebola contamination. Ebola might be indicated as a gathering regarding infections creating hemorrhagic vomiting the way it requests depleting within as well as outside the house tainted because physique. Being precise, Ebola contamination reasons an irresistible as well as lethal illness which demonstrates itself faint vomiting as well as significant within passing away. This specific illness advances by way of experience of tainted because physique beverages regarding Ebola contamination. Possessing truly a prolonged brooding period 8 to 21 years old days, Ebola virus-like contamination can easily comprehensive result in appendage discouragement as well as, usually, driving. There's nevertheless absolutely no cure intended for Ebola contamination condition. Regarding Ebola Trojan, Ebola is really a standout between the most detrimental infections which has a casualty price concerning 50 to 90%. Ebola contamination is usually nearby to Africa, exactly where incidental flare-ups include occurred intended for quite a long time. This specific contamination is available in creature features possesses also been obtained in photography equipment monkeys, chimps as well as other non-human primates. Persons can easily connect to this specific contamination by way of tainted because pets. The moment Ebola contamination will get an individual, it can subsequently distribute beginning with one person subsequently on your next, for example, fundamentally by way of experience of physique beverages or dirty tiny needles. Until at this point, absolutely no pharmaceutic have been recognized that may take care of Ebola contamination. Within that away from likelihood that another person is usually diagnosed with Ebola, strong have a tendency to complexness is received because of the gouters. Signs regarding Ebola Trojan and infection. The early clues regarding Ebola contamination are generally challenging to capture, seeing that appear to be the side results of various different fundamental health conditions similar to influenza, contaminations, typhoid, cholera and so forth. The particular brooding time period in the Ebola contamination additionally may differ through individual to individual. It can be at any place concerning 2 to 21 times. Hatching period would be the time period between the benefits on the contamination on the time period while a person can feel as well as considers the particular manifestations. Substantially after this hatching period, the person can easily only begin to see the early side effects similar to vomiting, cerebral discomfort, physique torments as well as throbs, drawback and so forth. Regarding no matter if the side results regarding Ebola compounds and may include heaving, the particular goes, rashes, abdomen anguish, depleting and so forth. Here's a rundown regarding prior to timetable clues as well as significant side effects that show off immediately after in the end. Early on symptoms regarding Ebola and infection: the fever, migraine, occasionally severe cerebral discomfort, joint as well as muscle tissue torment, chills, disadvantage, painful neck, lack of voracity. Severe symptoms regarding Ebola and infection: queasiness as well as eating, looseness in the bowels, even ridiculous, the particular ghost red-colored eye. Rashes, which may be increased rashes to midriff torment. Patients may have into upwards are blood seeing that well stomach torment, fat burning wearing through eye wounding. Patients who are particularly influenced simply by Ebola contamination and are close up death may empty through head, nasal as well as rectum intrinsic. Passing away advantages of Ebola Trojan and infection. It really is at this time apparent that Ebola health problems is usually caused by contamination in the Phylloherae family members, ordinarily referred to as Ebola contamination. Really it is transported through pets to people as well as after that it advances through individual to individual simply by speedy experience of the particular pure beverages regarding such a tainted because person or creature. Much like research workers, you can find all 5 individual kinds of chlamydia that may ruin people. Entire World Wellness Corporation who claims that Ebola illness might be put together by close-up experience of the particular blood, emissions, internal organs or